Welcome to this video tutorial on how to complete an application for no-fault insurance benefits. In the state of New York, when a person is injured in a car crash, they're entitled to insurance benefits regardless of who caused the crash. These benefits are known as no-fault insurance benefits. In this video, we're going to use the case of Joe Smith as an example. Mr. Smith was involved in a car crash in Riverhead, New York. As you can see from the picture, his truck was severely damaged and Joe suffered a severe injury, a fractured ankle. He reported the crash to his insurance company, Geico, and he received an application for no-fault benefits in the mail. The no-fault application includes a cover letter, and the cover letter provides basic information about the claim: the name of the company, the name and telephone number of the person who will be handling the claim for Joe, the date of the letter, the name of the policyholder, the policy number, the date of the accident, and the claim number. The claim number is the most important number in this document because the claim number is the key to obtaining all of the benefits that Joe Smith is entitled to under his insurance policy. And the benefits are explained in the body of the letter. First, all of his medical expenses, doctors, hospital bills, physical therapy bills, will be paid for through the no-fault insurance policy. Next, if you're unable to work, and Joe was unable to work in this case, you'll receive up to $2,000 per month for your lost wages. Now, they claim it's $2,000 a month, but in reality, No Fault gets to deduct 20% of that $2,000 or $400 under the theory that you'd have to pay income taxes normally for any income that you receive, so we're going to reduce it by 20%, representing that deduction for income taxes. So all you get is a maximum of $1,600 per month or $400 per week. And you're also entitled to $25 per day for other expenses such as taxis or transportation to and from medical appointments, housekeeping, and other accident-related expenses, up to $25 per day. Now, page 1 of the no-fault application has the basic information of the insurance company, the adjuster, the date that the letter was sent to you, the policyholder's name, Joe Smith, policy number, date of accident, and claim number. Now, the date that this letter is sent to you is important because under the regulations you have 30 days to return the completed application to the insurance company to make sure that your benefits will be provided. So don't delay. The middle part of the application asks for information concerning the injured party. In this case, Joe Smith. They look for or ask for telephone numbers, your address, of course, date of birth, and social security number. They want to know the date and approximate time of the accident. In this case, it was July 4th, around 11:30 in the morning, and the place of the accident was up on Route 58 in Riverhead, New York. And number 8 asks for a brief description of the accident. And you can get this information from the police accident report. The other car made a left-hand turn in front of me, failed to yield the right-of-way. That's all you need to do. Keep it simple, keep it brief. They also want an explanation or description of your injury. In this case, we wrote down fractured right ankle, neck and back injury. See hospital and doctor reports for details. The no-fault application also requests information concerning the vehicle involved. And in this case, it's Joe Smith's Dodge pickup truck. They want to know what type of vehicle it is, so we mark the box truck to show that it is a truck. They then want to know a little bit about who was operating the vehicle and the circumstances surrounding the crash. Were you the driver of the motor vehicle? The answer here is yes. Were you a passenger in the motor vehicle? We mark no. Were you a pedestrian? No, he was not a pedestrian. And the reason they're asking these questions is to determine whether or not this is the correct policy to cover Joe Smith. If he was a pedestrian hit by another car, the other car's policy would cover him. They also ask, were you a member of our policy holder's household? Because anyone in that household is going to be covered under this policy. Joe obviously is covered under his own policy. And then they ask, do you or a relative with whom you reside own a motor vehicle? And they ask you this because there might be a second policy that could cover you. That policy could be held by somebody in your house who owns another vehicle. And this could be helpful if for one reason or another Joe's policy didn't cover him. But in this case, he's the owner of that truck, he is the driver of that truck, his policy covers him for the injuries he suffered in this crash. The no-fault application then asks for information concerning your medical treatment. And in this case, they ask, were you treated by a doctor? The answer is yes. We give the name and address of the doctor. Were you treated at a hospital? The answer is yes. He received emergency room treatment on July 4th, 2013 at the Peconic Bay Medical Center. They ask about health bills to date. We don't know what those health bills are, and you don't have to provide that information. Eventually we'll get that information and we will provide it. Will you have more health care treatments? The answer here is yes. And at the time of your accident, were you in the course of your employment? And the answer is no. Now, the reason they ask that is if you were in the course of your employment, you'd be covered under workers' compensation, and you wouldn't be entitled to no-fault benefits. But the workers' compensation benefits would duplicate. They'd be exactly the same benefits that you would receive under your no-fault policy. It's just a different insurance company would be paying those benefits. The policy or the application also asks for lost wage information. So they want to know, did you lose time from work? And the answer here, of course, is yes. The date your absence from work began, which was the date of the accident. And have you returned to work? And the answer here is no. We don't know when Joe Smith is going to return to work, so we put unknown there. And at this point, he's lost 2 weeks of work, and that's going to be continuing. He was earning $1,000 a week. He was working 5 days a week. He was working 8 hours a day. He was not receiving unemployment benefits. If you were receiving unemployment benefits, you are still eligible for lost wage benefits if you're injured in a car crash. And the reasoning behind that is, well, because you're injured, you're not able to work at this point, so you wouldn't be able to collect your unemployment benefits, but you are able to collect lost wage benefits under the no-fault policy. They then ask for the name of your employer. In this case, it's Riverhead Building Supply. This is so they can contact them to verify what your wages are. They also ask, as a result of your injury, have you had any other expenses? We put in the answer as yes, but we don't know what they are. They will be determined, and we'll provide them with documentation for that. And due to the accident, have you received or are you eligible for payments under any of the following? And there's 2 categories, New York State Disability or Workers' Compensation. Now, Mr. Smith is eligible for New York State disability payments. He's not eligible for workers' compensation because the accident didn't occur during the course of his employment. But New York State disability is a benefit that all employers must provide to their employees, whether or not the injury occurs during the work or outside of work. And New York State Disability pays up to $70 a week for 26 weeks. In Joe Smith's case, he was earning $1,000 a week. So the maximum benefit he could get under his no-fault insurance policy is $2,000 per month. But as we discussed earlier, No Fault automatically deducts 20%, $400, claiming that this would be an amount that you'd end up paying to the IRS, so therefore we shouldn't have to pay it to you. So you can get $400 a week maximum. New York State Disability pays $70 a week, and No Fault gets to deduct that from the $400 that they're obligated to pay. So they really only pay $330 a week. Disability pays $70 a week for the first 26 weeks of your disability, so the total benefit is $400 a week. Now, lost wage benefits are payable over 3 years or up to 3 years. So you're eligible to receive $400 a week up to 3 years. For the first 26 weeks, you're going to get $70 from disability, $330 from No Fault. After 26 weeks, all of the money comes directly from No Fault. Now, the No Fault application, last page, has an affirmation that you're required to sign, saying that all the information you supplied in your No Fault application is true and correct. They also ask for an authorization so that they can obtain your lost wage records from your employer. And finally, there's an authorization request asking for medical records. So those are the things that must be signed. Your application has to be submitted and returned back to the insurance company within 30 days. And once you do that, you're going to get all your benefits. Thanks for watching this video on how to complete a No Fault application. If you or someone close to you has been hurt in an accident, or you just have a question, please contact me through the website, kevinfoxlaw.com, or give us a call at 631-779-3400.